Really, actually. Hi, everybody. I'm reading the next 3 chapters today. It's going to be very exciting. And the chapters look really, really silly. And my husband, remember Barry? He's sitting over there and he's listening a little bit too, which is why I'm being silly right now. Actually, the last video when he brought me breakfast is still this video, but you don't get to see this part until later. All right, chapter 8 is pet peeve. Pet peeved is really a funny word phrase because it means irritated. Like, for example, when you have a pet peeve on something, every time somebody does that thing, it gets on your nerves. Like poking. Barry's poking me. That's a pet peeve. Let's see what Amelia Bedelia is talking about. Amelia Bedelia checked her windowsill as soon as she got up the next morning. The banana was gone. She raced downstairs and ran outside to look for the peel. There it was. She picked it up so that her father wouldn't slip again. She was so excited she didn't know what to do. The banana had been peeled exactly the same way the monkeys had peeled their bananas on the TV show. At breakfast, Amelia Bedelia's mother and father told her that it was okay for her to build her zoo as long as one of them was at home and as long as everyone helping had permission to be at Amelia Bedelia's house. Also, no dangerous pets were allowed. That's great, said Amelia Bedelia. Mom, will you get me more bananas, please? Like a big bunch of bananas? More bananas, said her mother. You already eat 2 a day. She may look like Amelia Bedelia, said her father, but she's actually the monkey that escaped from the zoo. Do you know they still haven't caught that little fella? Look, banana peels everywhere. Can you see them? Amelia Bedelia froze, like prey caught in the open. Had her dad guessed what she was thinking? Did her dad know something she didn't know? Then she remembered her rule number 1. If you don't know what to say, ask a question. I like that rule. Dad, do you know how a monkey eats a banana? She asked. With relish, said her father. Yuck, said Amelia Bedelia. A banana with relish would taste terrible. Save it for your hot dog. Relish is that like crunched up pickle stuff, the green stuff that sometimes people put on hot dogs. I do not think that pickles and bananas would taste delicious. Amelia Bedelia grabbed a banana from the fruit bowl and showed her dad how to peel it using the monkey method. Amazing, said her father. Who knew? He cut up the banana and put it into his cereal. I was thinking, said Amelia Bedelia, that I could offer my friends bananas for a snack this afternoon. They're healthy. I'm glad to hear you say that, said Amelia Bedelia's mother. I'll get you a bunch of bunches. And that is how Amelia Bedelia's rule number 2 was born. Include the word healthy in your request or comment, and grown-ups will automatically agree. It's true. That afternoon, after school, Amelia Bedelia and her friends worked on Pet Alley and the rainforest habitat. They made signs and installed a hose in the apple tree. They got a ton done. But too soon it was time for everyone to go home to do their homework. Look at this. So here's the water spout, the water hose. Look, it travels all the way around into the tree. Have you ever been someplace and they have those sprinklers on a hot day and you can stand under it and it feels very nice and cool? I think that's what they made. Amelia Bedelia was just heading upstairs when she heard a commotion in the kitchen. It was her father, and he was not happy. He was holding something behind his back. Young lady, her father began. This was not a good sign in Amelia Bedelia's experience. I was searching for an after-work, before-dinner treat. I had my heart set on ice cream. I had a morsel of rocky road, perhaps. Instead, I find roadkill lizard. He held up a plastic bag of a frozen gecko. I imagine if you were looking for ice cream and you found a dead lizard instead, I imagine that would be quite scary. That's Georgie, said Amelia Bedelia. A gold dust day gecko from Madagascar. I don't care if it's Robin Hood from Sherwood Forest, said her father. He doesn't belong in our freezer. What if your mother had found that thing? I forgot he was there, said Amelia Bedelia. I need him for my zoo. Zoo, bellowed her father. This poor creature is frozen stiff. Amelia Bedelia explained everything, including Clay's idea to freeze Georgie in a block of ice that would be placed on the bird bath pedestal. Amelia Bedelia's father shook his head, then smiled. He glanced out the window at the driveway. We don't have much time, he said. Mom just went to run a quick errand and she'll be back any second. They made a good team. Amelia Bedelia's dad acted like a surgeon performing a delicate operation, and Amelia Bedelia was his nurse. Milk carton, he said. Amelia Bedelia handed him a large carton of milk from the refrigerator, and he poured the milk into a pitcher. Then he opened the carton at the top, sponged it out, and held it under the faucet. Water, he said. Amelia Bedelia turned on the faucet and filled the carton with water. Lizard, he said. Gecko, said Amelia Bedelia, correcting him as she handed him Georgie in his plastic bag. Oh no, she said. Oh no, he said her dad. This is your zoo. You do the honors. Amelia Bedelia made a face as she looked at her father and then at the flattened, frozen gecko in the bag. She sighed, then opened the bag and extracted Georgie by his tail. Extracted means taking out. She lowered him into the milk carton head first. Georgie fit perfectly. Tape, said her dad. He closed up the end of the milk carton and taped it shut. Then he buried it in the back of the freezer. So there they are, putting Georgie in the cleaned out milk carton. I hid him behind a frozen chunk of your grandmother's fruitcake, he said. That would frighten anyone off. Amelia Bedelia agreed. Her fruitcake is scarier than a dead lizard. Gecko, said her father, correcting her. Just then, the back door swung open. Amelia Bedelia's mother came in carrying groceries. What's that pitcher of milk doing on the counter? She asked. The carton was leaking, fibbed Amelia Bedelia's father. A fib is like a tiny lie. It's not good to lie, but sometimes like if you're trying to keep a secret from somebody, like a present that you bought them, and they see a package and you don't want to ruin the surprise, you might tell them a little fib about something that's inside of it, with the understanding that you're going to tell them all the truth when it's time. Dad notices all kinds of things, said Amelia Bedelia. Her father winked at her. Amelia Bedelia winked back. Like, there they are. I like this picture. Have you ever had a fun secret with somebody? A secret that doesn't hurt anybody, but it's just a fun joke between the two of you? That's what's going on with Amelia Bedelia and her dad. Amelia Bedelia's mother started unpacking the groceries. Honey, I half expected to catch you sneaking a bowl of Rocky Road ice cream when I came in, she said. Sweetheart, he said, I'm shocked you'd think that. Sorry, she said, giving Amelia Bedelia's father a hug. Good news, lamb chops were on sale. Oh, they're my favorite, he said. While her parents were discussing recipes, Amelia Bedelia reached into the fruit bowl and broke off 3 bananas. Hiding them behind her, she backed out of the kitchen. She didn't give those lamb chops a second thought. If she had, she would have realized they were bad news. I wonder why they said bad like that in the story. Can you see it? Also, I wonder what she's going to do with all of those bananas that she's hiding. Chapter 9, Monkey Shines. I'm not really sure what this chapter is about. There's a picture of a baby's car seat. Can you see that? You know, the car seat that sits in the back? And it's got a really loud horn attached to it. And in between the words in the title, Monkey Shines, there's the moon. So I guess it has something to do with being at night and the moon shining, but I don't know what those things mean together. That evening, after she had eaten dinner and finished all of her homework, Amelia Bedelia grabbed her 3 bananas and went out to the backyard. Her brain hurt from too much thinking. She still couldn't hear herself think, but she could definitely feel it. She was thinking like Amelia Bedelia and trying to think like a monkey at the same time. If I were a monkey, she thought, what would I do all day? Where would I sleep? There she is thinking. She went into her garage to look for something that might catch a monkey. If she could actually capture a real live monkey, her zoo would be the best ever. She found a long, skinny net, but that was for their badminton set. She found boxes, some garden stakes, and a spool of string. Next to a croquet set, she discovered a relic from her past, her car seat. Oh, that's why that car seat was there. Hey guys, my friend is here. Her name is Crystal. You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Come say hi. You can't see them, but they can see you.
Hey.
This is Crystal. Amelia Bedelia sat down in it. She was way too big for it now. So it was a tight squeeze. But she fit. There was a harness, a snack holder, and a cup holder. She remembered she hadn't liked riding in it until her dad installed a horn in the snack holder. Beep, beep. It still worked. Amazing. She used to drive her mother crazy, beeping at every car she saw. That sounds like Amelia Bedelia, doesn't it? If I were a monkey, I would sit right here, thought Amelia Bedelia. It would be my recliner, just like Dad's. I'll take naps in it. She put one of the bananas in the seat. She peeled another banana and left a trail of pieces from the side door to the garage. From the side door of the garage to the tree near her bedroom window. Then she went inside to get ready for bed. Look at the little pieces of banana that she left. Can you see them? She left a whole little trail all the way across the bottom. Amelia Bedelia brushed her teeth and put on her pajamas and kissed her parents goodnight. Then she read 2 chapters in her book. She was just about to turn off the light when she remembered to put a banana on the ledge outside of her window. She nudged her stuffed squirrel monkey to the side and was just opening the window when a face popped up on the other side of the glass. "Ah!" screamed Amelia Bedelia, flinging the banana and her stuffed monkey into the air. Seconds later, her mother and father ran into the room. "What's wrong?" asked her mother. "I saw something," said Amelia Bedelia. She sat on the bed hugging her mother while her father looked out the window, in the closet, and under the bed. "The only thing I found is this banana," he said, his shirt covered with dust bunnies. Look, have you ever gotten worried like that in the middle of the night? I don't normally see live monkeys outside of my window, but I imagine that would be kind of concerning if I did. Amelia Bedelia was still shaking. "I saw something moving outside," she said. Her father picked up the toy monkey and handed it to her. "Bitty baby baboon," he said, "you've been eating too many bananas. Did you mistake this for a real monkey?" Amelia Bedelia's mother laughed and tucked Amelia Bedelia and her monkey into bed. "Good night, sweetie," she said, "and good night, little imp." An imp is a name for a small, tiny monkey. As soon as her parents turned off the light and closed her door, Amelia Bedelia slipped out of bed and looked out the window. She hoped she hadn't scared the real monkey away. The moon was shining brightly down on the backyard zoo. She looked to the right and then to the left. Right there, a real live monkey was scampering on top of the garage and eating a banana. She almost yelled, "Yippee!" but her parents would have come running again, and she wasn't ready to explain her plan to them. She hoped the monkey would discover her old car seat. She hoped he would be cozy in his recliner all night, dreaming of a tropical forest. Can you see the monkey in the silhouette?
Good morning.
Good morning, Starling. Starling is another friend of ours.
For round 2 of shutdown.